Parecer is a common Spanish verb that can be a little confusing to many Spanish learners. That's because it's a verb that you can use in almost any possible way. In this video, I am going to show you 6 different ways to use parecer, and I will also give you a bunch of examples to learn from. Vamos a empezar. Parecer plus adjective. The basic translation of parecer is to seem or to appear. In other words, parecer points out certain aspects of a person or object. Parecer plus an adjective is how you say something seems good or bad or funny or scary, etc. For example, Juan parece guapo en las fotos. Juan parece guapo en las fotos. Los libros parecen viejos. As you can see, we have parecer plus adjective, and pay attention to the conjugation of parecer because we are conjugating parecer according to the subject here. Again, Juan parece guapo en las fotos. Los libros parecen viejos. Tu abuela parece muy amable. Tu abuela parece muy amable. In all of these examples, parecer is used with an adjective to say that someone or something looks, seems, appears some way. Now we have parecerle plus adjective. Like in the examples that we just went over, we're still using parecer to point out how something looks, seems, appears. Now we are just going to add an indirect object pronoun. This means we are basically adding on the phrase to me, to them, to us, etc. For example, a mis padres, mi hermano les parece inteligente. A mis padres, mi hermano les parece inteligente. So here we are using the verb parecer as a verb like gustar because the impression is coming from my brother, mi hermano, to mis padres. A mis padres, mi hermano les parece inteligente. Otro ejemplo. Carlos me parece amable. Carlos me parece amable. Las clases de matemáticas son avanzadas, pero a mi amiga no le parecen difíciles. Las clases de matemáticas son avanzadas, pero a mi amiga no le parecen difíciles. Notice that the verb parecer is conjugated to match the person, thing, who shows the quality, while the indirect object pronoun, me, te, le, etc. matches the person or people who are observing the quality. In other words, in this case, the verb parecer works like a verb like gustar. Parecer plus que. Parecer que. Parecer que is an impersonal phrase used to express a thought. In English, this would be like starting a sentence with "it seems like." Impersonal phrases trigger the subjunctive unless they are expressing certainty. Just like phrases creo que and pienso que, the verb that comes after parece que will be indicative. On the other hand, no parece que does trigger the subjunctive, because it is a sentence expressing doubt rather than certainty. For example, parece que las manzanas son deliciosas. Parece que las manzanas son deliciosas. No parece que la computadora tenga ningún problema. No parece que la computadora tenga ningún problema. Here we have a negative sentence. So, tenga will be subjunctive conjugation. Like I said, negative parece que triggers the subjunctive. Another example. Parece que el edificio es el más alto en la ciudad. Parece que el edificio es el más alto en la ciudad. In the first and in the third example, we are using the indicative conjugation because, like I said, we have affirmative parece que. In the second example, we have a negative parece que, therefore we don't have indicative, we have subjunctive, tenga. Parecerle que. Parecerle que is a phrase used to say what someone thinks of something. For example, a mi hermano le parece que mi trabajo es difícil. A mi hermano le parece que. Mi trabajo es difícil. ¿Te parece que los otros estudiantes son amables? ¿Te parece que los otros estudiantes son amables? A mis amigas y a mí no nos parece justo que no podamos entrar a este restaurante. A mis amigas y a mí no nos parece justo que no podamos entrar a este restaurante. Because we are still using parecer with que, the subjunctive rule we talked about before will apply here as well. Parecerse. Parecerse is the reflexive form of parecer, so it has a slightly different meaning than parecerle. With parecerle, one person is making an observation about someone else. However, parecerse, reflexive, is used to say that someone has an inherent quality regardless of who is observing. In other words, you don't need a second person to make judgment or observation. Parecerse means to look alike or to be alike. Using parecerse plus a is how you say someone looks like something or somebody else. For example, yo me parezco a mi padre. Yo me parezco a mi padre. Mi hermano gemelo y yo nos parecemos en todo. Mi hermano gemelo y yo nos parecemos en todo. Carlos se parece mucho a su hermano Juan, pero no se parece mucho a su hermano Miguel. Carlos se parece mucho a su hermano Juan, pero no se parece mucho a su hermano Miguel. In these examples, pay close attention to the pronoun and the conjugation of the verb that we are using so that you understand that we are using the verb parecer in a reflexive form. The pronoun matches the conjugation of the verb. Yo me parezco. Mi hermano gemelo y yo, nosotros, we, nos parecemos. Nosotros nos parecemos. Reflexive. Carlos se parece. Reflexive as well. Parecer as a noun. Parecer as a noun. While this is much more uncommon than the verb version of parecer, the word can also be used as a noun, meaning opinion, decision, or judgment. It's often used in the expression a mi parecer. A mi parecer, which means in my opinion. Ejemplos. A mi parecer, no debemos usar nuestros celulares tanto. A mi parecer, no debemos usar nuestros celulares tanto. A tu parecer, ¿la casa está limpia o sucia? A tu parecer, ¿la casa está limpia o sucia? Carlos dijo que a su parecer la comida estaba muy deliciosa. Carlos dijo que a su parecer la comida estaba muy deliciosa. Here you need to pay attention the possessive before parecer. A mi parecer, in my opinion, a tu parecer, in your opinion, Carlos, a su parecer, in his opinion. Okay? In conclusion, it can be sometimes complicated to understand the grammar behind the verb parecer because it's a tricky verb and like I said, it could be used in multiple ways, right? So my suggestion for you will be to listen to native Spanish speakers how they use the verb parecer, and every time you listen, you hear the verb parecer, think about one of the 6 different ways we have seen in this video, and then you will start to get familiar with it and start using it, practice it. Make mistakes, that's fine, that's part of learning, okay? Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, click on the thumbs up, etc, etc, etc. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Chao.